Hi, how are you, Ash?
Good.
I'm so excited to have you today on our podcast,
Thanks
the
for having me.
Salon podcast. Today, I've been so excited to make this episode because it's all about something that's near and dear to both of our hearts.
Yeah.
And I was so happy you were excited to do this. We are going to talk all about motherhood and salon life.
Yeah.
So Ash, start out, tell me a little bit about your story.
Okay, so I graduated high school in 2014, went to beauty school and college at the same time, went and got my business degree, and then started working in a salon after I graduated beauty school for about a year.
Okay.
And then you found me on social media.
Yes.
And the rest is history.
It's my favorite story.
I know.
Everybody else just needs to know.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I don't get tired of telling it.
Yes.
So I've been employed for 5 years now. We just celebrated our 5
Which is
year.
crazy.
I
I feel like
know.
you blink and it's like 5 years.
I was laying in bed last night and I was like, remember when we had one shampoo bowl?
And then here we are.
And here we are.
Recording a podcast.
Yes.
Like just to tell all about all the things. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah. So I've been for 5 years. So I guess I worked about 4 years, and then we had the pandemic in 2020, and then
when she says work, she puts it like very lightly. I want to add in on this.
Yeah.
Like she hustles. When you think of Ashlond Fraker Webb, you think hustle. Girl, I mean, is a 6-figure stylist, which is something that a lot of us strive to be in this industry. It almost seems impossible. So she really started, you had an okay base when you first started working with me, and then really grew and doubled down, and we grew the salon.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So it was like grinding for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You married the
Sometimes
love of your life.
Yes.
And everything was great. And then fast forward with the pandemic. Yes.
Well, you had Wade, and we'll get into that.
Yeah, I'll get into that. Ooh.
And then the pandemic happened, and then we finally, after how many weeks were we out? 8 weeks?
8 weeks.
8 long
we come
weeks.
back.
Work for a month, and I get pregnant.
Yes.
So.
And things are crazy.
Yeah.
Like here in Tennessee, we were still wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
My
whole pregnancy, I wore a mask.
And then, which is insane
Mm-hmm.
when I think about that.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. So tell me, I really wanted to get down to the nitty gritty about working in our industry when you're pregnant and when you're a new mom. Because I feel like for an industry with so many women in it, it's something we don't talk about.
Yeah.
We talk about hair and we talk about what we do and we talk about our clients, but nobody talks about this side. And for a lot of us that become moms during this, because when you graduate beauty school, you're so young. Yeah. Usually you have a lot of life changes. You get married, you have kids. So tell me, if you could sum up being pregnant in one word, what would it be? What is your advice for someone out there?
I feel like we both could say this: cut back while you're pregnant, or you'll get put on bed rest.
Yes. So you rallied.
Mm-hmm.
You were sick.
Yeah.
Girl,
every morning.
Every day at the salon, but no one knew.
No.
If I didn't know you and I don't think your clients knew.
Yeah.
I don't think even some of our team members, I would be working with you. We were wearing masks, so that was helpful too.
That helped a ton.
Yes, but not very many people knew really how sick you were. What was something that got you through those days?
Well, ginger ale, one.
Yes.
But just trying to grind and just make it to the finish line too, because I guess I didn't really, we've talked about this before, we didn't really know what to expect.
No.
In this industry, because you hear work, mom, bow, it's hard.
Yeah.
So.
And then when you're in it, you just do it.
Yeah. You just do it. You just grind and
And still with a smile on your face.
Yes.
Doing great hair. And making everybody happy.
Yes.
It was very impressive because I was fortunate. I did not have that with my pregnancy with Wade. And so seeing you just work day in and day out at the pace that you worked, being that sick, I was like, oh my gosh, like she's superwoman. So let's fast forward. You got through the holidays, which is always like the craziest time in our industry. Like every stylist knows, like, whew, we're crazy.
Yeah.
But we were so thankful. And I feel like that was a difference too in your pregnancy. I think after being shut down and like the world like pretty much changing, I think last year, one positive I want to take from it is that we were so thankful to be at work.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that have the ability to work. Because, you know, here in other states like New York and California, like they were still having shutdowns in the holidays. So,
yeah, just being thankful that we were able to actually, you know, work and be open. That was a big blessing in itself.
It's crazy. So, fast forward, you grinded. You didn't slow down.
Yes.
And you had Sydney as your associate.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Sid.
Oh
she was a rock star. I don't think we could have made it.
No.
Because not only had you had your own crazy clients, but after I had Wade, you took on a lot of my clients and I didn't take them back.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into that with my story.
Yeah.
But so you had this massive load.
Yeah.
So you go to the doctor. What did they say?
Doctor. I remember it was on Justin, my husband's birthday. And I'm like, this is going to be a sweet appointment. He'll get to see Blakely, like, on his birthday. It'll be a sweet appointment.
Aww.
And then, boom, she's like, you're going on bed rest.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know, I was like, okay, well, can I cut down my workload? I remember asking her.
You're so me. Oh my gosh, you're so me.
Like, can I just, like, work, like, part-time? And she's like, honey, bed rest means bed rest, like, in bed. So that right there was probably one of the hardest few weeks. Like, I think it was a total of 3 weeks that I was on bed rest. And I had FOMO so bad. I was missing the salon. And it was hard.
And I think that, like, you joke when you're pregnant and you're really tired. You're like, oh, God, I just want to lay in bed. But when your identity's work and you've worked so hard to build this clientele and, like, that's your escape. Like, you love the people you work with. Like, you love your clients. Like, you actually, like, love doing hair. Like, I mean, I was playing with my doll's hair from the time I was 10 years old. This was my identity. So that just be, like, taken completely away from you. It's a mental trip.
Yeah.
What is something you did during bed rest to help you get through it?
So I feel like posting on social media, like, still, that was one thing, like, Justin even pushed me a little bit on that, was, like, still post.
Yes.
Put your name out there. Yes. Like, this is just temporary. Like, you'll be back. Yeah. It's okay. Like, it's okay to take this time. Like, for the baby and for you and stuff. And
it's so weird that we kind of have like mirrored stories. So I'll tell my pregnancy story for all of y'all that don't know. So I got pregnant in spring of 2019. Easy breezy, still worked out, still did everything, did not slow down. At that time, I was working 5, sometimes 6 days a week in the salon. If we had a wedding or an event or a class or whatever. And then got through the holidays. Yeah. Literally. Towards Thanksgiving, I started getting a little bit of complications, but it was just kind of like, oh, your blood pressure is a little high here. Oh, maybe you need to rest here. And there was a little things like that.
I remember you checking your blood pressure in the back.
I had the blood pressure cuff in the back of the salon. You know, I was very fortunate that I wasn't sick. I was more tired. And for people that know me in my personal life, like, I'm like chugging coffee all day. Like, I talk 90 miles a minute. Like, you know, when I walk in the salon. And so I wasn't used to that. Like, what is this, you know? Yeah. We go to my appointment, and I remember being so excited because I had bought a pie for like all the staff at the office for Christmas because it was like December 23rd or something. It was like right before. I'll never forget the day.
Eve. I remember.
Christmas Eve. Thank God it was a day that we were already closed. I think it was like Monday or something. And so I had finished out my Christmas rush, worked that Saturday. and I was feeling it that Saturday. At that point, we even had a stool for me to like sit down and like blow dry.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Yep.
And shout out to Kendall, who was my associate at that time, because I was like, whew, it was tough.
Rough.
And then they were like, you have preeclampsia. This is serious. Like, you need to go home, like, get in bed, like, and I did the same thing you did. I was like, wait a second, like, hold up. Like, I own my business. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll be the receptionist.
I know, that's what I was like, can I just go down and answer the phone? And they're like, no, we do not want you to do anything. And as a woman, like, I have worked the last 12 years of my life. Like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to work? Like, they're like, you and your baby's health could be in danger if you don't do this.
Yeah.
Like, and of course, my husband, who normally isn't a calm person, was like so calm and so quiet. And I was just hysterical. Like, I didn't even want to deal with myself. I
remember he's the one that called me.
Yeah, because I couldn't speak.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what do you mean? You know? And so he called
and
you.
I feel like, too, like, we saw that as, honestly, a failure. Like, I felt like I was a failure.
That is such a good point.
And it's like, not. Like, looking back now. Like, Blakely's here, Wade's here. It's not.
It's not a failure.
Yeah.
Like, but I think when you have this, like, drive to succeed, it's like you're so mad. Like, I was just so mad I wanted to punch somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I was mad that, well, these other women, like, I talk to women, like, in the salon throughout your pregnancy. You're like, people do this every day, and they work up till the day they deliver.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why can't I?
Yeah.
Like, this is... Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
and I think this is what's hard in our industry because, we put ourselves out there on social media. We give, like, a little bit of ourselves to our clients each day. Like, help them through their big moments of their lives and everything. Like, it's your identity in a way. And it's like, oh, hold up. Like, you're at home.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most I've spent home since I was, like, a kid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I was like, I don't want to be home.
Yeah. I remember making that post on my Instagram and just crying. And
crying.
Like,
every day.
Like,
I cried Christmas. I cried.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wanted to deal with me.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. And you, bless your heart, had to move all my clients.
Yeah. I remember Christmas Eve.
Christmas
calling
Eve.
them,
Ash
like,
was on the phone.
Whit's on bed rest.
Yeah.
And then we moved them.
And then gave birth to Wade. It was easy peasy.
You really did have a good experience.
I had a great birth experience. But I think where I thought, oh gosh, I'm out off of bed rest now. I'm good. The week after, I went balls to the wall. Ended up getting sick again with it, which anybody that has preeclampsia, like, please take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because it is dangerous. And then then things seemed to be good. And so we were still in contact. I was coming to the salon. Like, y'all, when I say killed it, like, this is another point. We introduced Vish. We're going to do a whole podcast about Vish in the future. The day Wade was born. The guy flew into Canada, or from Canada, down to teach us all about Vish. And then Dana was at the salon, and I woke up feeling weird that morning, but I thought it was just my blood pressure. A few hours later, I had Wade.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And, but so we were out. Like, me and Daniel, owners of the salon, to guide y'all, I have to brag on you all as a team, like, straight up executed it and made it everything it is today. And it literally, when I say saved our salon during the pandemic, it did. Because we had that cushion.
That structure. And
the structure from Vish where we weren't just wasting color and, like, spending too much money to, like, get us through that.
Right.
So I was coming back to the salon, getting my hair done. I think, like, 2 days later, we shut down.
You were supposed to come back, I think, like, April 8th, right?
April 8th, and we shut down, like, March 24th. So this newborn at home, our business is shut down.
We said maybe 2 weeks will be.
2 weeks. I was like, guys, and I was, like, trying to, like, hype everybody up, like, it's no big deal. Like, it's going to be fine.
It's just 2 weeks.
It's just 2 weeks. Like, take it as a breather. Like, we will never get this again. And then it was 3 weeks. And then it was 4 weeks. And it was 5 weeks. And then it was 8 weeks. But come back. So what I was supposed to be off 2 months.
Yeah.
I ended up off 5 months.
Almost a half a year.
Almost a half a year of not doing hair, which is insane.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. So, now that y'all know both of our stories, let's talk about coming back from maternity leave.
Yeah.
How is that?
It's definitely, it wasn't what I expected.
No.
I always like joked around before I got pregnant. I was like, I'm not going to be one of those moms. Like, I'm putting my child in daycare, like, full time. I'm still working 40, 50 hours a week.
Like, this is me.
Like
I don't know what you're talking. What do you mean I'm going to quit work? No.
Yeah.
You know, yes.
I thought people that quit their, that's crazy. That's crazy. But then, boom, the baby's here. And then you feel like you go through so much emotions and postpartum and stuff.
Yes.
Your emotions are all over the place.
Yes.
And you feel like when you're at the salon, I mean, honestly, you feel like you're being a bad mom.
Yeah.
And then when you're with, your baby, you feel like you're being a bad employee and like you're letting your clients down.
Yes.
So just finding that, like, it is normal to go through that.
Yes. And that's what I was so excited to do this episode, because it is like you almost feel like you're in two different places at the same time. And it's like you want to be there for your team and for your clients, and you want to be like on it when you're at work. But what they don't know is you might have been up every hour on the hour the night before with a baby that's teething, or, and it's like you feel like you're poured into two different directions. Yeah. What is something that has helped you personally help overcome that feeling? I don't think it ever goes away.
No.
But just to kind of, I don't know, live in it in a way.
I feel like I try to be present when I'm at home, like setting aside maybe an hour or 30 minutes to get back to your clients a night. But besides that, like when you're home, be home. Yes. And when you're at work, grind it out. Do be busy. And that's, I think,
being busy helps at work.
Yes. And with our schedules, naturally, we are busy. When I'm at work, I'm at work. Yeah. I don't want to be, but that's just our personalities too.
Yes.
But so I think that helps to get your mind off of, like, oh my gosh, what is Blakely doing right now? Is she okay? Like, just thinking.
Where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm like, does Wade, because I remember when he was a little baby, which is so silly, I would be like, did he forget me during this time? Because when I first went back to work, I wasn't doing my plan that I had. My plan was to go back 2 days a week for like the first 3 months and then do 3 and whatever.
Yeah.
But because of the pandemic, we were so backed up in clients. I think the first month I worked 5 days a week, and you all worked 6 days a week. Like, it was insane during that time to fit everybody in that had built up.
Yeah.
So it was hard.
Yeah.
There were long days.
I don't see how you did it. Looking back, I mean, I came back.
I feel like I was like a zombie of myself, and I think that is something that women need to really, if you have a coworker or something that just had a baby and they're coming back, check on them, be like, are you good? How is everything? Talk to them. They're not being a BR or they're not whatever. They're just trying to figure out their new normal.
Yeah.
And I think everybody needs to have grace with that.
Yeah. I think too, with you helped me so much be able to be listen, this is normal.
Yes.
It's okay to feel this way. You're gonna feel this way, you told me,
yeah.
And if I didn't have that,
no,
I felt bad for you because you didn't have that. I mean,
well,
there's Lindsay who has kids, but she was older. Good.
Yes, and then I really think, and I talked about this on our podcast with Bobby a while back. My clients helped me.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my clients were professional women that had kids. Yeah. And even some of them, I had a few clients that we had babies kind of around each other. They'd be like, hey, are you good? Are you, how's everything going? I'm like, it's good, because it was scary in 2020, 2021, bringing this new baby life, and you have this crazy virus out there. And I know when I first went back to work and I come home, I would change clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Before I would touch Wade, because I would be so afraid. I didn't know what it was, and I worked with the public all day. And there was this whole other layer of going back to work in the world versus just normal, normal hard, you know. And I think what, you said, what kept me was when I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm at home, I'm mom.
Yeah.
And I'm still that way. Like, I used to, like, be on my phone constantly, like, answering messages.
Right.
Like, texting people back, and now I wait a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, it's not a life or death situation.
Right. Exactly.
We're not performing brain surgery.
Yes. I sometimes have to tell myself, it's just hair. Like, I'm not going to die. Nobody's going to die.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
But the way we're wired,
it's hard. It's hard. And tell me a little bit about your strategy with maternity leave, because it was brilliant. So I want everyone to know.
So how I did is I went ahead and I went for my due date, which she came almost 2 weeks earlier. So it kind of messed up with the bed rest and stuff. But what I did is I knew that I was going to take 7 weeks off, and I was going to come back at this date. I went ahead and scheduled my clients for, they saw somebody in the salon, because naturally we want to keep those clients in the salon. We don't want them going anywhere else, because we know who would do good with, with their hair and stuff.
We love you, clients. We want you taken care of.
Yeah. And then I just made sure they were back on my books whenever I got back. Yeah. Because I have a friend that she is a hairstylist, and we were pregnant about the same time, and she didn't schedule anybody. She's like, I'll do that once I get close to coming back to work. And then, she said that she regretted doing that because she had to spend like the last 2 weeks of maternity leave scheduling everybody. Yeah. So you want to go ahead and just
have that done.
Yeah, have that.
I thought that was brilliant, and I don't even think I did that.
Mm-mm.
I didn't
have the chance.
And then the world went nuts. Yeah. So, but like I do think like that should be the standard. Like it was brilliant, because then you didn't have to worry. Like your clients knew they were taken care of, and if they didn't schedule with you or whatever, and if they couldn't get in, like, they had the okay, like, hey, you're with Sherry, or hey, you're with Leah, you're with Sydney, like, it's okay.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and I think that that's the biggest thing in our industry. Like, we're so afraid, oh my gosh, like, I'm going to become a mom now. I need to leave, or I need to work, at a suite by myself and just do what I want because my business isn't going to support me.
Right.
Like, I'm going to have to come back full time, or I'm going to lose clients. I need to just do my own thing because I'm not going to make that much money. And I tried so hard to create, I feel like that's for us in our business, and the whole point of this podcast is like, I want to shake it up. Like, I don't want that to be the standard in our industry. Like, I want you to have both. Like,
and I feel like before having Blakely, I did almost feel like, okay, well, not that my career's over with, but like,
you do. There's a sense of that as a woman in this industry because nobody talks about it.
Yeah. And that you can still be, like, have that balance and have that, like, just, you can still be a good hairstylist and be a mom at the same time.
At the same time, it's okay.
It's okay.
And it's okay. And, like, you can still be a balls-to-the-wall hairstylist and not be there from like, sunrise to sunset. Like, you're still successful. And I feel like I had to change that shift in my mind, too. And I tried so hard to mentor you on that. Like, you are not as successful as the amount of hair you do.
Yeah.
Like, that has nothing to do with your work.
Yeah.
Nothing. I want to cry right now. Like it's crazy. Like, that's not success. Success is what makes you, like, better.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, gosh.
We're getting chills here. But I think, and as a mom, you have to realize that, like, I can still do hair. Like, I can still come to work and do my thing and make money for my family and provide for my child. And I had to link it in my mind. Wade's going to see this one day. We're in the age of social media. He's going to see, like, man, my mom still worked during all this. Like, she's so cool. Like, that's awesome. That means I can work hard, too.
Right.
And, like, when I have tough days in the salon, or if I feel like I didn't give him my all, say, at home because I was doing emails or I was answering messages, I'm like, he's going to know.
Yeah.
One day he's going to know.
Yeah.
Like, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And I think, like, with clients, like, your people support you. Talk about that.
And
I love that.
I feel like whenever I went on maternity leave, I was like, what if I lose some? Like, there's going to be some that I'm going to have that's not going to be able to get in my books. And, like, I was so consumed with that.
Yeah.
But I've learned, like, your people will stay with you. Like, your
They'll figure out a way.
people are your people, and if not, they weren't meant to be your client anyways.
No. And it's okay.
It
Like,
is okay.
It is okay.
Yeah.
And, like, I see clients of mine, and, like, you can't. Like,
Yeah.
in the law of physics and time, like, you can't possibly fit all those people that you had into the time frame that you're working as a mom.
Yeah.
Like, and not to say you even have to go part-time. There's could be, people out there still working full-time and have great support, great family help. We both just chose to go down to 3 days a week because we allowed that in our salon. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't, like, I love seeing clients that I used to do now with some of my team members, and their hair looks great, and I know they're taken care of, and I know that they still love coming to the salon, and I still get to see them and talk with them and catch up with them. Like, we're realistic. And I don't want any clients out there watching and think, oh, if I stay with so-and-so when she comes back, like, is that going to hurt her feelings?
Right.
No.
I mean, I have some, I'm so blessed I get to see them still because, it didn't work with their schedule or something. And, like, that just makes my heart happy to see. Those are, like, they're my people. They're my friends.
And then
like,
you're
I want
happy
them to succeed.
Well,
like,
and then, like, you see, like, your friend that you've worked with, or even some of us, it's like our associates that were once with us and now they're full-time stylists, thriving with these same people, and, like, sometimes they even do better. Like, I look and I'm like, dang, like, she took her that way and it looks great.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good thing. It's like a good, like, trickle effect, I guess. So don't be afraid of your clients seeing other stylists in your salon.
Okay.
If you work in a supported team environment, it's a win-win for everyone.
And I have to think sometimes, too, we are so blessed with that. And sometimes it's not normal.
No, it's not. But we try hard.
Yes, we are so blessed with at our job.
Yes,
and
it's crazy. And I feel like that, for me, is, like, the number one thing. Like work's going to look different, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And your child is going to be well taken care of, and you're going to be, you have the freedom to be more creative as a stylist because you're not so burnt out.
Yeah.
Because the burnout before I had Wade, I feel like I'm a better stylist now.
Oh, yeah. I feel
like I was
then.
I give more than I did before because I feel like I was all about cramming numbers versus, like, I'm going
serving.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have a different heart in a way.
Yeah. And I feel like I connect with my clients more now, being a mom. Like, some of the best advice that we've gotten
have been from my clients.
Our
like,
clients.
They have supported me. Like, and even, like, there's been days, like, where I've had the worst night or the worst morning with Wade. Something's going on, and it's like, God bless me and put somebody in my chair that had been through the same thing, and we can talk about it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. Like, it's so much more than just like, oh, let's do some highlights today.
Yeah.
Bye. I don't think that they realize how much they help us.
Like, last week, Blakely, she's been sick, and I was like, she just wants me to hold her all the time. I can't get anything done. And she's like, Ash, one day she's not going to want you to hold her.
Yes.
She's not going to be able to, like, you won't be able to hold her. She's going to be too big. Enjoy it. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Like,
I know.
I think about that now. I'm like, one day she's not going to want to, me to hold her, and it's going to break my heart. So they give some of the best advice.
They do, and they make you feel better. I know. Let's talk about another thing we talked about, coming back to work. When you've given birth, you're different.
Yeah.
Your hormones are still wild. You're coming back. You have all these cute coworkers that are so cute and so young.
Yeah.
And how do you get your groove back? Like, you feel rusty at first.
Yeah. I honestly feel like I'm just now. I mean, she's 9 months old.
I think Wade was a year before I did.
Like, I will say I'm not there yet. I feel like, honestly, I'm like, I'm so, like, not trendy. I thought I was kind of cool. Like, I'm not cool anymore. And, like,
because, like, the time you used to spend, like, looking at different, like, hair and makeup trends, like, you're taking care of a baby.
Yeah.
Like, it's different. And, it's a lot. And I think we don't talk about that enough either. Like, like, I try when I'm there to be like, hey, what's going on? Like, what's happening? Like, you look pretty today. Like, give that mom in your life some extra love during that time period, because you do feel a little bit out of sorts when you first come back, because you're different. You're completely different.
Well, I think too, nobody talks about the postpartum anxiety and depression that you can get. I dealt with anxiety a lot. So I think that has a lot to do with, it can trickle into your work too.
Yeah.
Coming back thinking.
Where you were so confident and so sure, like you start second guessing yourself and stuff. And the first few months back at work, I really did that. And I actually, and I'll even say it on here, I ended up going to therapy for it, because it was like, I'm not myself. Like, whoa, like this is completely different. Like, what do I need to do to like get out of this? And it was the best thing I could have done, because sometimes you just need to talk it through. Yeah. And, like, know that you're not alone.
It's normal.
It's completely normal. Yeah. Your hormones change. You're different. And so, and I honestly think just being behind the chair in a way, like, having this, like, artistic is a form of therapy over time.
Yeah.
Because then you nail something that you want to nail, and you're like, okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I am good. I am a good hairstylist. Yeah. Like, okay, we're good. Yeah. So, it's crazy. What would be your biggest advice for someone walking through this season of life behind the chair, whether they're in school, whether they're an owner, whether they're, just working? What's your biggest advice?
As far as like being pregnant, or just in general?
Well, in general and being pregnant. Or a new mom.
Yeah. It won't be like this. I know it's cheesy, but it won't be like this for long. Like, it's just a season.
It's just a season. That is the best.
It's just a season. Yeah. It gets better. Yeah. So just finding that, I know I keep saying balance, and do you really ever find a balance? Probably not.
It's like integration.
Yeah. Yes. Just finding like, okay, when I'm at work, I'm going to be at work. When I'm at home, I'm going to be at home. And like, just finding your groove, and might take a little bit, but
it will, and it's completely normal. And just know we're rooting for you. If you want to message us, give everybody your Instagram handle.
It's Hair by Ashlond. Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
I love it.
Yes.